Well, the winner, ladies and gentlemen, of the 2012 Tasmanian MYOB Small Business Award is TAS IVF.
Wow. Honourable Premier, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, the owner of TAS IVF, Dr. Bill Watkins, couldn't be here this evening. He is actually attending a fertility conference overseas, keeping us at the forefront of technology internationally for Tasmania. And to be honest, this was a little bit unexpected for us. Whilst we knew we had a strong business and we knew we had all the fundamentals of having a good team, we had the systems in place like any business does, when you look at the competition that we were up against, the competitors, there are some fantastic businesses out there, and certainly in this category we were really quite in awe of the variety and the comprehensiveness of those businesses. So I'd have to acknowledge them that they were a very impressive group, and to have been selected in front of them is quite humbling. I'd also like to thank MYOB in particular. It's a great software package, and it's almost like a magic software package because it makes people like me look like, well, I actually know what I'm doing with the numbers from time to time, which is a fantastic thing. At TAS IVF, our function is to assist couples who are having trouble achieving a pregnancy, and that's a very rewarding thing. TAS IVF is actually the culmination of a career of work by Dr. Bill Watkins, who happens to be my brother-in-law. He took himself off to Melbourne many years ago after he finished his obstetrics training and specialised in fertility training over there, and came back to Hobart in 1996 to establish a full-time fertility clinic. He abandoned his obstetrics, which was a pretty bold move back in those days. He laughs about when he did that because at times IVF was quite an unknown commodity and an emerging technology, and in those days not a lot of people were going down the IVF path. To the extent where at times he will laugh and say that he would have qualified for Centrelink payments with the number of patients that he saw. But he had a dream. He wanted to have an IVF clinic that was full-time, and he wanted to have an IVF clinic that was affordable for all Tasmanians. With that in mind, we then embarked upon, or at least Bill embarked upon, a campaign of building TAS IVF. What makes us different from everybody else providing IVF services, particularly those interstate, is our fee structure at TAS IVF is a quarter of the costs of undergoing IVF treatment interstate. We do that particularly because we know that it takes a number of times for patients to go through the IVF process and have a chance of a successful outcome, and that's what we like to see, a successful outcome. So that allows us to ensure that they go through as many times as they need to achieve a pregnancy. As a result, Tasmania has the highest IVF pregnancy rate in Australia at 4.3%. And in fact, 1 in 23 babies born in Tasmania are a result of IVF treatment. With that in mind, so from a motivation perspective for our team, 13% of couples will encounter difficulties having a baby. And so that's to see people come through the IVF unit and to be able to help them through that journey of creating a family is a huge motivator and a huge reward for all of our staff. Now, I spoke to Bill earlier about this award tonight, and to quote Bill, he said, and Bill's a man of few words, I love this work. Every patient is a puzzle, and all you have to do is solve the puzzle. But you can't do it without a really good team of nurses, a good team of scientists, and admin staff, reception staff that support you through that process. So it makes sense that our patient feedback surveys that we do time and time again with everybody who encounters us, every time they come back and say how fantastic the staff are. And I'd have to say that working at TAS IVF, although I've only been there for a short number of years, the reward of working with a team of professionals, both nursing and scientific, is really, really humbling. These guys really know what they're doing, and the emotion that is evident in the unit when a patient rings up and says they're pregnant is quite palpable. So I thank in particular the staff of TAS IVF. I can't see you because there's too bright a light, but I know you're over there, and I'd just like to say to you, thank you, because you are making a huge difference to people's lives. Thank you very much.